Now what you see on the screen is FK hand and IK hand, right? So rest of the body parts are not there. So this is basically the Norman character which is available in 11-second club. You can download from there and hide all these areas and keep only this available for you. You can also clearly see with this example the difference between IK and FK. Let's go and choose the shoulder control, that's the parent control, and let's start animating it. So let's take this to a pose. Channel box, let's maybe make this 30. Key this. Since it's going to be a cycle, the last frame will have the same value. Let's key that again. Go to 12 and let's put in 30 here. And once I do that, if I go and play this, you can see this happening, right? Now generally for anything that moves ahead, when it reaches the extreme pose, before it reverses, there is a slight stay there. You know, it stays there for microseconds and then comes back. To make that happen easily, just go to the extreme pose. Let's say this is the extreme pose. Let's middle mouse drag this and set up a key. So this is basically copying the keyframe here, okay? And let's give it a very slight rotation there, just like that. So it's like, you know, it reaches there and it stays there for some time. Same 12, let's drag and copy this key and let's just put in a very slight value here. So if I play this, I should be able to see the stay happening there. So immediately if I go and try for this one, say set up a key by just moving this back, say if I go and give it something of this sort, set up a key, then go here, set up a key here, then move this forward, okay, and I have this 2 now. Let's select this one, the palm control of the FK hand, go to animate, create editable motion trail and put in a key there. I mean, just put in the values here 0 to 12. Let's see the first half of it. Show motion trails on, and let's do the same for this one. So you see by default the FK gives a very nice arc, but whereas the IK moves in a straight line. Okay, apart from that, let's start putting in animation for the elbows. Just pay attention to this trick because it will come a long way with you. It's not only for the hands. If you understand this concept quite well, you can nicely make delays happen, and smooth animation will be like a cakewalk. So let's understand this. The shoulder control has already reached the extreme and it is trying to move forward here, right? Now I want the elbow control to delay. So the first idea is to just make this not reach. So let's say I give it a value of 20 and key this here, okay, and I want this elbow control to reach the peak only at 6th frame. So let's put in 0 there. So it's like you can immediately see this loosening of hands and nice delay happening here. It starts moving ahead. Again at 14 it reaches the extreme. 12, 14 it reaches the extreme, but in our situation we do want the elbow to reach at 14 or 12. At 16th frame, let's go and give it a value there. So let's give it a value of 20. So it starts from here, moves in there. So probably over here, let's give it slightly more. Let's give it a value of 35. And then let's copy the first keyframe, go paste it here, right? And let's move on to the graph editor. Choose this one, make it spline and adjust the curves so that the rotation is smooth, and let's play this. You can see how smooth is the elbow moving now. You get a delay of that. Right now let's understand the elbow. See, this is the primary. This carries the primary animation, and this is going to be the secondary of this one, like a child of this one. So this was reaching at second frame, right? Almost there at the second frame, but this one was reaching only at the sixth frame, the extreme. Similarly, this one, okay, let's go there and reverse it. I don't want this to reach here, but before that, maybe we can just give it a pose so that it looks like this, and then start delaying this, maybe a little more. Okay. And then let's start delaying this. Put in a value of okay, let's start from this value, key this. Okay, sixth frame the elbow was reaching, so let's go to eighth frame and make it reach the peak. So let's go and put in a value there. So let's set this key here. Let's go to 8th frame and put in a value there. That's going to delay nicely. Have a good value here. So it's like it starts and then goes like that. It swings like that, and then as it reaches 14 is the reach of the primary thing, the shoulder. 18 is the reach of 18 or 17 is the reach of the elbow thing, I guess 16. So let's go to 18 and make this go the other way around. So this one was minus 47, right? So let's make this minus 45. Okay, let's go here. Okay, the other way around, and then copy this keyframe and paste it here. And also just go into the graph editor and make sure this is spline tangents. Nicely ease out the curves. So now when I play this, you can see how smooth is that acting. You get till this? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is basically about creating. You can put off your mic. Okay, this is basically about creating delays after understanding the keyframes, and then based on that you start creating delay destinations for the secondaries. So if you have to go again one step ahead, let's choose the finger controls. Okay, and let's start just putting in certain values here so that it looks more believable. Let's put in a spread value there. Okay, and also I wanted to add in a little bit of twist value here to this. Same with the other one. Let's put a little bit of spread value here, and let's twist it a little bit there, and let's twist the mid and tip a little bit more here. Okay, and this one, the last one, so that it doesn't look very, you break away from the T-pose by doing all this, right? You have this, and then let's choose the finger controls here, and now you know what to do with this. Let's set in the first pose that's not reaching, so set in, keep it slight, don't break it too much, because the movement of this is very swift. So it's not moving so fast or something, so you can keep the delays also subtle and nice. So let's key this. Okay, and then as he moves here to this area, so probably let's delay it a little bit more, so it goes like that. So we keep it 10, and then somewhere here we wanted to delay this, so let's delay this one here. copy this one and paste it here. Go to the graph editor, just make sure this is also spline tangent, just ease out. Now we play this. Just remove all these NURBS, curves and motion trails so you can see it clearly. Can you see how fluid it is? So it's basically, too many keyframes will actually spoil the animation. If we start thinking that if we put in more keys, the animation will be smooth, that might work at few places, not all the times. So just make sure you have the keys that are needed and the offset frames are clear. The more you try offsetting, playing around with the offset and the values, you get better smoothness out there. Is that clear?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's go to this IK hand. See, IK hand, you can immediately see the drawback of IK hand. It doesn't create, if at all you needed an arc, then you need to go and set up in between here. So then it starts moving in an arc. But again, the flexibility that you get here with FK is definitely more difficult to achieve it here. This is advantage FK. Let's also talk about advantage IK practically, because last time I remember telling you with in the rigging session about this, right? But we did not do anything as a practical example. I also have two more. This file is available in EduSpark. You can download from there. So you have this file uploaded in the document section. So if you go to this documents, you have the start file uploaded here. So you can download and get started. All the layering, everything is done for you. You can straight away get started.